Welcome to the first of what I hope is a whole bunch of videos. With me, of course, is Matt Tyndale. For those who don't know who he is our director of instruction. He's one of my closest human beings. And together we are going to take you through a series of why being at a simulator in the summer isn't a bad place to be. And today is one that is really near and dear to my heart, and that is club gapping. So, not that I want to monopolize all of the chatting here, but typically when people come to the facility, the newest, the latest, the greatest release is the FSX Play software. However, there's a very cool piece of technology in the older FSX 2020, and I'm going to get Matt to talk about that, and we're going to go through it. So,
Yeah, so the cool piece in 2020 is the Know Your Numbers version. So I'm just going to bring it up here on the screen so everyone can see it.
so kind of talk us through as you're going through this.
So if you go to the improve part of 2020, you're going to see a section there called Know Your Numbers. The Know Your Numbers is really cool because of the fact that now we can pick between all our different clubs. Today specifically, we're going to be doing some wedges. I'm going to start off with my 60,
Okay.
56. I'm going to do my gap wedge and my pitching wedge.
Okay.
You have to hit a minimum of 3 shots in this app in order for it to track, but you can hit up to a maximum of 10. Now, the one thing is that to become more consistent, a lot of people say, what is consistency? Well, it really starts with the golf ball.
Yep.
So in my mind, I think you should come in here and do this with the golf ball that you'd play on the golf course. Not necessarily just a random golf ball.
Absolutely.
Like a random golf ball is, who knows what's going to happen. It needs to be consistent. So
And hold on, would you say that that's kind of taking this from inside to outside? Say I'm someone who shoots 95. Is it still important that I play the same golf ball?
100%. You wouldn't have 4 different tires on your truck, would you?
No, I definitely would not.
You'd
Even though
always
I
use
do
the
not
same.
go off-roading.
Yeah, you'd
Yeah.
always use the exact same
Okay, fair
tires.
enough.
So use the same golf ball. Today I've got the brand new Callaway Chrome Tour, which is an awesome golf ball. So we're going to be using that today for the test.
All right, perfect. So Matt's going to hit a bunch of shots. We're going to fly through this, and then we're going to look at some neat ways that the program kind of lets you look at that data, and even how it lets you take you with you to the golf course.
100%.
All right, let's do it.
I'm going to go down to the bottom right corner and hit select shots. From here, I can select either the furthest ones, the straightest ones, whichever I want to select. So it automatically selects 3 for us. I'm just going to, for the purpose of the test, I'm going to keep the 3 that it's selected. And then we can go to next club, or if we want to try and get a few more, you can go up to 10 shots. You can go keep hitting, but I'm going to go to next club here. Here's my gapping with those. We can see we had one a little bit higher, but for the most part, they're fairly consistent. So I'll keep those 3 that are up.
Hold on, before you jump back there, if you have one that's astronomically longer, would you get rid of that also for fear of having that data skewed?
So I would if I feel like I swung too hard. But again, like I can kind of feel the difference between a well-struck shot and a poor-struck shot. Like the third one I hit there was a poor-struck shot, so I know that I wasn't going to keep that one. But that fourth one that I hit that was a little bit longer was a well-struck shot, just a little bit harder than I wanted to swing. Ooh, that was nice. The interesting thing is going from hitting kind of three-quarter controlled shots with 56 and 60, jumping into more of a full swing club. Can tell that my first 4 or 5 anyways were a little bit shorter, not really giving it full swings. So on here, I'm going to keep those 3 in the middle-ish, 6, 7, and 8. That's how far my gap wedge would normally fly, is about 113. So I'm going to keep those 3 that are there, and we're going to go to the next club. Hey, is a shank good? So I know in my mind that I've hit 3 really good ones there. I mean, that shank was exceptional. But and that's kind of what I would feel is my three best ones, anyways. My three last ones were my best ones. I might actually take out number 4 here. Reason why is that it was a little further left than I'd want, so it's a little further in total carry distance, and put in number 2 because it was a well-struck shot. We're done with that, so now I can hit view report. There's my reports. The cool thing is like I said, you can kind of tell where I went from a three-quarter shot to more of a full swing shot. Between the lob wedge and the sand wedge, I've got 14 yards. But again, in between that pitching wedge and gap wedge, I've got that 11-yard gapping, which I kind of felt as though in my mind is true. So the other cool thing about this gapping tool is you can tell the shot grouping, so where you've hit them. So it shows ideal gap guidelines from the lob wedge to the pitch wedge is 12 yards. Yeah, so the next really cool part of all of this, I think that you can save your report,
Yep.
but the cool thing is we can also email it.
I love this.
So if I want to email it to myself, I can email it to myself, I can email it to my coach, I can email it to whoever I want.
I email it to my therapist.
The therapist, 100%. Yeah, it's probably advised.
So the why I want to make sure that Matt went through and did this is not only when you get it, and we'll show it obviously at the end, but it actually gives you the ability and the cutout lines. So anybody here who's really into tracking this sort of information, and they use those what are those cards called, like the scorecard holders? Yeah. There's actually a piece that you can cut around it, and you can carry your gaps with you. So this is one of the many things that can really benefit you kind of spending some time in an indoor simulator over the summer. Obviously, the stereotype is that simulators are fun, they're inaccurate, and there's something they do when it snows. Technology has really caught up, especially with Foresight being so accurate, that you can come in and have productive sessions. You know, I've always joked that the worst thing you can do after a round of golf is go to the range tired and hit beat up golf balls in a crosswind off a flyer lie or a dirt lie. It's worth taking that time in, trying to understand that data. And you know, that's also why Matt and I are here. Matt's obviously the professional, I am not, but we both understand how this data works. So come in, use this stuff for everything it is, not necessarily just coming in and playing some rounds and having fun. But
And you know what the other cool thing is for both of us? We both got new clubs this year. I don't know exactly how far these fly because they might be a little bit different feel.
yeah,
So, I mean, we both get new clubs. We come in here. If you get new clubs, test them out,
yeah,
right? You get new clubs, make sure that the lie angles are correct, the lofts are correct.
yeah.
You know, I mean, I've played blades for a number of years. You've played the clubs you're playing for a number of years, but they might be a little bit different because a little bit different shafts. So
They there's definitely some differences this year in mine for
it's
sure.
this Callaway AI technology, eh?
Anyway, until next time, thank you so much for tuning in. Let us know what you thought about this stuff. Did you like it? Was it informative? We're trying to keep it as straightforward as possible, but if you have questions, drop them in. If there's stuff you want to see, let us know and we'll put it together for you. Till next time, we'll see you at the lounge.
Cheers.